Do you want to boost your WooCommerce sales? Then you need dynamic display and visibility condition from the Plus add-ons for Elementor, and with it you can hide or show sections based on 10 plus unique parameters like items in carts, numbers of orders placed, based on cart value, etc, etc. So get ready as we are going to explore new powers for your WooCommerce sites. Guys, my name is Dave from the Plus add-ons for Elementor. Now don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel as we upload new Elementor videos each week, which will make you an Elementor master in no time. And also feel free to share this on your Facebook community so that your friends can learn more about Elementor. Very good. So let's get started. Our very first step is to make sure that our widget is activated, and for this we go to the Plus settings, Plus widgets. In the search box, look for display rules. There it is, and as you can see with a toggle switch, make sure that this one is turned on and click save. After this we need to clear the cache. Let's go to performance, purge all cache, click OK. And that's it. That's us done already for the initial settings. Now to showcase how powerful this widget really is, let's pretend that you are designing your homepage. And now thanks to the display rules, you will be able to provide your visitors with a personalized experience. So let's create a homepage together. So we turn to pages and we have one here already. So let's edit this with Elementor. So let's pretend that this is your store homepage. This is your hero section. And now let's add a little bit of content just underneath, on which we will add a few rules. So now for this, we're going to turn to our website here and we're going to copy one of those advertisement banners. So as you can see, we have a few demo here, a few examples. So we can just copy one of them for our demo here. So let's pick this one, for instance, which would be absolutely perfect. So all we have to do is just to click copy. Then we go back to our Elementor page, right click on any of those sections and then click plus paste. And now just like that, in one click, we have the demo fully recreated on our website. Now we're going to use this section here to apply those display rules. Now you can select any section, any part of your web page to apply those rules. So if I click on this one, for instance, this is a section. If I scroll down our options here, we can see we have the plus extra display rules. I could enable this for the whole section. And you could do that, for instance, for a column or even an element itself. So let's pretend that this is the element on which we want to apply a specific rule. So what we do is basically click on this, we go to advanced, and then we locate our plus extra display rules. And now we enable it. So our very first option here is keep HTML. So you can switch that on or off. And I will explain this feature at the very end of our video because it'll be much easier for you to understand once we've covered all the different rules. Okay, very good. So let's get started and let's set our rules. So the first option is display when. As you can see, the first option is all rules are true and the other one is any one rule is true. So what's the difference between those two? As you can see here underneath, this is where you can set up your rules, okay? And you can add as many as you want. So you could have, for instance, 3 different rules. So in which case, if you select the first options, all of those 3 rules will have to be true before the display condition is actually triggered. And the other one is any one rule is true. So if you set 3 different rules, if one of them is true, then the display condition will be put in place. So just for now, let's select the first one, any rules are true, and let's close those 3. So let's go ahead with just one rule first, okay? So let's open this one. And as you can see, you can select the type of rule you want to apply. So there's many of them here, as you can see if we scroll down the options. But today we are going to focus mainly on the WooCommerce section, all of these here, okay? So the very first one is in-cart product category. So basically with this one, if any product from a specific category is added to the shopping cart, then the rule will apply. So you can select is or isn't. So let's select is, and then you can select a category. So you can either include or exclude a specific category, okay? So let's select a category here. So let's say, for instance, the category fashion. Now let's have a quick look at our products. So these are all the products we have on our website. And let's find one that's part of the category fashion. So this one here, for instance, Nectar, a text long sleeve shirt is in the fashion category. So let's go back to our home page. And as you can see, this section is not displaying at the moment because we don't have any product in our shopping cart that is part of the fashion category, okay? Now, if we go to the shopping page, and let's add this product here, the nectar one. Very good. So now let's select a size and a color. Let's add to cart. As you can see, now it's been added to our shopping cart. Now, if we go back to our home page, there you go. Now it is displaying because the rule does match our conditions, okay? So this is basically how it works in a nutshell. Now, this will work with any type of a section again, as we said, So if I was to add, for instance, a listing here, let me see a product listing. If I drag and drop this underneath, just like that. Very good. So now we can see we can display a few different products here. So let's say if someone had this nectar t-shirt, you would like to upsell this specific woolly hat here. So how can you do this? So let me show you. So we go back to our product section. Let's fetch the ID. So this one is, there you go. So copy. And now we go back here. So we go to content source and we're going to include that specific product on its own, okay? Now let's add a heading, for instance, okay? So we go back here, heading, drag and drop, and let's give it a title. So maybe something like this, you purchased a nectar shirt, perhaps you'd like a woolly hat to go with it, okay? So this is a very personalized message based on your purchases. And now we can apply the exact same rule to this section. So if we click on this, advanced, select display rules, enable it, and let's create the same one here. So we're going to select in cart product is, let's add fashion again. There you go. Let's apply this. And now let's go back to our front end. So this is our home page. And as you can see, that section is showing up because we have that t-shirt in our shopping cart. Now, if you go back to our shopping cart and remove this one altogether, so there you go. Now our shopping cart is empty. So let's go back to our home page. And as you can see, those two sections are not displaying anymore. So this is how amazing those display rules are, aren't they? So let's go back to our Elementor page. So let's delete this one and let's go back to this section here. So let's continue on with the rest of the rules. So we go back to display rules and let's discover the other ones, okay? So the next one is cart subtotal. So this is pretty self-explanatory, if there's a certain amount in the shopping cart, then the rule will apply. So is or isn't again, and then you can select the cart subtotal. So as you can see, it's equal or higher to the cart subtotal. So I just added this product here to our shopping cart. So as you can see, our total here is $80, okay? So this is our amount now. So let's go back here and now let's add this. So let's say 160, okay? So let's click update. And now let's go back to our home page. Very good. So let's edit our shopping cart. So at the moment, you have only one of them. So the total of our cart is $80, okay? And obviously, as a result, our section here is not displaying. Now let's go to our shopping cart. Let's click View Cart. And now we're going to add a second one, okay? So plus Update Cart. So now the total of our shopping cart is obviously 160, okay? So let's go back to our home page. And as you can see now, our section is displaying. Now, another very helpful application for this condition would be to use this on your checkout page. So for instance, you could use Nectar Builder and create a new template for your checkout page, or using Elementor Pro as well. This will allow you to do this, in which case you could add a section, maybe a heading that would say free shipping with orders over $160 or something similar to this, So this would be very helpful. So next we have our cart total. And this is basically the exact same rule as cart subtotal. The only difference with the total is that it might also include shipping and maybe taxes. Okay, so that's the only difference. So next we have items in cart. Okay, so as you can see, again, you can set this as is or isn't, and then you have equal or higher. So let's have a quick look at our shopping cart. So I added two different products here. So I have two products at the moment. So let's say it would be equal or higher than 2, okay? So let's apply this. Now let's go back to our home page here. And as you can see, it is displaying because we have two items in our shopping cart. Now if I go back to the cart and I remove one of them, so let's remove this one, for instance, and let's go back to our home page. And as you can see, now it is not displaying anymore. And as you can see, this condition is a fantastic upsell strategy. And this will work absolutely fantastically in conjunction with Woo product listing. And here you could include or exclude a certain amount of products. All you have to do is just find the ID here in the backend and just insert them here. So this is again a very strong marketing strategy to upsell products based on this condition. Okay, very good. So let's go back to our section here and back to our rules. So the next one is purchase date. And again, you can include or exclude a specific date. So this is based on a date. So if you were to go back, let's say 3 months ago, you could select a specific date. Now we won't be able to demonstrate this here, but let's say your customer's last purchase was 3 months ago. With this rule, you'll be able to personalize perhaps their account page, and you might display a coupon code to incite them to place an order. So this way, you'll be able to display a very personalized offer or message based on a date condition. So next, we have in purchase product category. So this rule will apply to past purchases. So for instance, if we go back to the front page here, go to my account, let's see what I've purchased this far. So we go to orders, and this order has to be completed, not on hold or processing like this one here. You can see this one has been completed, so the purchase is done. Now we can have a quick look. What did I purchase? So I purchased the Nectar long sleeve t-shirt, and I bought this t-shirt here as well. So if I click on this one here, there you go. So I bought this Nectar t-shirt here, and this one is part of the fashion category. As you can see, fashion. So if I click on this, let's display the whole category. There you go. So we have our Nectar long sleeve t-shirt. Okay, so now we know which category to use for our rules. So let's go back here. So we have Woo in purchase product category. Again, you can exclude or include. So is, and let's select, for instance, fashion. Okay, so let's click update. Now we go to our front end and display our home page. So let's go back to the home page. There it is. And as you can see, obviously it is displaying because we did purchase something from that category. Now, if we change this to another category, for instance, if I purchase something from, let's say, the hat category here. So let's update and let's have a quick look at our home page again. So there you go. And as you can see, the section is not displaying this time because we did not purchase anything from the hat category. And now you can apply this to any section on your homepage. So for instance, if you had a Woo product listing like this one, you could include and exclude some product based on that rule as well. So for instance, if your customers did purchase a hat or something like this, you might decide not to display it and only display the other items. So this is basically how this rule works. Okay, very good. So let's have a look at our next rule. And this one is called orders placed. And as you can glean from its name, basically, this is the amount of orders placed by a specific client. So let's go back to our account page here. As you can see, I placed 2 different orders on this website. So let's apply this rule to this section here. As always, you can include or exclude. And you have 2 options here, equal or higher. So equal is strictly equal to a certain amount, and equal or higher is at least this amount or anything over this amount, okay? So as you can see, we have 2 different orders here. So let's apply this with 2 different orders. Let's put 2 here. Let's click update. And based on those criteria, it should show up on the home page. So let's click on home. And as you can see, it is indeed displaying. Now, if we increase that to 3, for instance, and then update, and now normally it shouldn't display in the front end because we only placed 2 orders on this website. So let's refresh our page. And as you can see now, it is not showing anymore. So there you go. That's basically all there is for this one. So next we are going to jump straight to cart product because those 3 are using a different template. This is for the product section mainly. So let's go to cart product at the moment. And with this one, you can include or exclude a specific product. So as you can see, for instance, let's say we have the Nectar t-shirt here. So let's add this one, okay? So what's the difference between this one and the one we saw previously? You have in-cart product category. So this is for the whole category. This one is for a specific product. So this could be a specific combination of items. You know, you could say, for instance, if you purchase this one, this jeans would work perfectly with it, or this hat or something like this. And then you can select which item you want to display, okay? So let me show you how this works. So let's update this. And now let's go to our shopping cart. And let's try this in the front end. So as you can see at the moment, it is not displaying. Now, if I was to purchase this one, so I'll click on this. I will add this to the shopping cart. So let's select this in short, maybe in red. Let's add. So there you go. Now we have this added to our shopping cart. So if we go back to the home page, there you go. Now it is displaying. And again, you can apply this to any sections of your website. So you can display this on the product page. You could display this maybe in the shopping cart page or your home page, whichever you want, okay? So let's go ahead with the next options here. So we have three of them. So we have the product category, product price, and product stock. And for this, we're going to use the product single page. So for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. At the moment, we're using Nexter Builder for all our templates. So this is the one that we use to actually design the single page, the Woo single page. So let's edit this together. So Woo single page, there it is. So let's edit with Elementor. And let's apply our first rule, which is the current product category. So in this case, we could display a specific message if someone select an item from this category. So let's say, for instance, we're going to add a heading here in between, okay, just like this. Now we can change the content. So let's change this to get 50% off on all fashion products. Use code fashion50. So this would be a very nice way of incentivizing your customers. So let's change the font color very quickly here. And now we can apply our rule. So we go back to advanced, display rules. Let's enable this. And let's select our rule. So again, as we said, this one is called current product category, okay? And you can include or exclude as always. So let's say if we were to select fashion, there you go. Let's click update. And now let's put this to the test. Let's go back to our website. So this t-shirt here is part of the fashion category. So let's see what happens if I open this page. And there you go. As you can see, the message is displaying because this t-shirt is part of the fashion category. Now, let me show you what happens if I select an item that's not part of the fashion category. So this one is part of the designers. There you go. As you can see, designer category, and it's not displaying on this page. And now we can also apply this rule based on price. So let's go back here and let's take the next one, which is current product price. So let's have a quick look here at all our products. So let's select a price here. So the summer t-shirt here, as you can see, this one is $200. So let's base our rule on this. So WooCommerce product price is, and let's put 200 here. So as you can see, it is equal or higher. Okay. So let's click update. Now, depending on the message that you want to display, you might select is or isn't here, obviously. No, so let's change the message here to something else. So let's say free delivery on orders 200 and over. So if this was the case, then we would select is not, because we want anything below this amount to display the message. Okay, so I'm going to select is not here. Okay, so let's click update. Very good. So let's go back to our website now and let's open a product. So let's open this one, which is $200. And as you can see, the message is not displaying with this one because if we were to purchase it, we don't need upsell, okay? So let's click on shop again. And let's click on another one. This one is only $150. And there you go. On this one, it is displaying free delivery on orders $200 and over. Very good. And let's discover our last rule, which is based on stock. So let's select this one, current product stock. So again, you can include or exclude a value, and then we can define a stock value here. So based on this, let's go back to our products here. And as you can see, this t-shirt, we have 7 of them in stock. This one, we have 3 of them in stock. So let's select a value of 5, which is bang on in the middle. It will apply to both situations here. So let's add 5. And now let's change our message. And we're going to put something, hurry, stock running low, only few items left in stock. Okay, so let's update and let's go to our website now. So first, let's click on this one. So this one has 7 items in stock. And as you can see for this one, the message is not displaying. So let's go back to our shop page and let's click on the other one. So this one only has 3 items in stock. And for this one, the message is indeed displaying. And finally, let's discover our last feature, the keep HTML that we discussed at the beginning of this video. So I'm going to finally reveal what this one does. So as you can see, let's keep it simple, a very simple page here. And we're going to just add a message here. So your message goes here. And now we can apply our rule. So let's go back to advanced, display rules. Let's enable this. And as you can see, we have the keep HTML. And now let's just keep it enabled the way it is. So let's click update. And now we're going to have a quick preview in the front end. So this is what it looks like. Very simple indeed. So let's inspect the element here. And as you can see, we have the element being displayed here using the h2 class and the div, etc., etc. So it is displaying absolutely normally, no problem whatsoever. Now we can apply a rule to this. So let's say if your web browser is Internet Explorer. So we're going to do this because at the moment I'm using Google Chrome here, not Internet Explorer. So we can test this out. Okay, so now we have keep HTML. So we go back to our home page here. As you can see, it is not displaying because this is not Internet Explorer. But yet it is showing in the source code. As you can see, it is right here. So if your Google was to crawl this page, it would find it. Now let's hide it. Okay, so we're not going to keep the HTML. Let's click update. Let's go back to our page here. And as you can see now, we can't see it in the front end ourselves because this is not Internet Explorer, but it's also hidden from the code itself. So if Google was to crawl this website, it would not even see it in the code. So it's completely hidden all together. And now obviously you can add this in conjunction with all the rules that we just discovered. So this is just an added feature that you can use on your website. So there you go, guys. This is how powerful these display conditions are. Now we are open to your suggestions. If your favorite feature is missing, then feel free to add it to our roadmap so that we can hear about your great ideas. And for this, simply go to roadmap.theplusaddons.com, and from there you can submit your suggestions. And we'd like to thank you in advance for your help and support. Again, if you liked and learned something new in this video, then feel free to share with your Facebook communities and make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so that YouTube knows that you loved this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.